completely cannot see anything. I can't really see anything at the best of times because you wouldn't believe how strong this light is. Okay, let's... I can feel I've got two. Okay, right. And it goes to... So what we will do is I'm going to get some independent adjudicators. I'm basically going to get the customer experience chaps who are like just to the core to check through all of the comments. I think there's about 350 of them to find out who the winner is. And whoever you are, wherever you are, provided you want to have a cup of tea with me, I'm going to get on a plane with a bunch of amazing goodies to maybe come and have a cup of tea with you. Anyway, I've got to pick up this to head back to London, and I think we'll probably go back into commuting with Christian mode. Well, hopefully this one's going to be a worthwhile one. I'm not going to monologue at you today. Just want to share with you something that's going on down at Spitfire that's really exciting. And Spitfire isn't just a company that sells samples. It's a community of which many of you are part of. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. We're building a home for those people and some of that community. I'm talking myself completely round in circles, and this is probably because this is part of the purpose of this thing that we're building, Physical Building HQ, is to define in our own minds first who we are for the people we recruit, the people we welcome, and to project that out to the world. But anyway, enough of this waffling on. I'm in the old HQ to go and have a bit of a exciting thing with a new product that we're about to launch. Hello.
Hello.
How are we doing? It's great, you just managed to get out of frame there. So anyway, back to what I was talking about, our new HQ. Actually, I could just feel myself going back into waffle mode. So I'm going to introduce our magical CEO, Will. I've been waffling all morning, and maybe you're better equipped to describe what we're trying to achieve here. So should we go in and have a walk around and have a talk about it?
Yes.
Excellent. Yes. What are the? I mean, I keep on feeling this is a kind of a new chapter. And what are your feelings about what? It's just a new building. Why is it important? What does it represent?
Well, I suppose one of the things with Spitfire has always been evolving kind of bit by bit, and as you've turned from being a composer into a kind of business owner, it's had to adapt day by day, week by week, and the office where we are at the moment has as a result kind of morphed over time from what was your studio to a place where a few people worked, and to now a place where there's 50 people. And it is a really great space, and by lots of people's standards, we really like it. But the benefit of creating our own space that is designed from the ground up to be the true Spitfire business place, this is the opportunity we have.
Great. So shall we have a little wander in? And you've got a better idea than me of what the plans are, so you could we could walk the floor a bit and
tell you what's going on. Now the only thing is
that's it. We haven't paid the rent.
Let me give Ian a little telephone. Is Ian in there?
Hi. Oh no, he's from behind.
Oh yeah, this is it.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Ian might want to be in the film.
Have a little wander around.
Yeah, absolutely, no problem. Just put a digi-lock on it just for extra security, that's all.
Okay, great. So fantastic.
Help yourselves.
Thank you. Cheers.
Do a bit round and...
Yeah, absolutely. Help yourselves,
thank you.
no problem.
You.
Wow.
Do you want to start at the top or down?
Start at the bottom. Okay, this is what people are going to experience when they walk in.
Yes.
Look at the size of it.
Yeah, so this is actually where you'd walk in as a guest. So this is going to be our waiting room reception area right here.
Right.
And then immediately you're going to have a little office. The big thing here is that all the buildings are going to be, all of the rooms are going to be self-contained boxes, as it were. So this will still remain an open space with the light flying through it. Over in this direction, this is going to be our kitchen.
Right.
So you can see on the floor markings here, it's going to be a big kitchen to fit lots of people. We'll have a big island here where people can prepare, and then work units across the side there. We are overlooking. I'm not sure exactly what they do, but there's a lot of grit there.
It looks very skippy.
Yeah, so we'll be looking at Bob the Builder for the next 5 years, 10 years. So yeah, this is the kitchen space. Next door to that in the corner over here, that's going to be our boardroom.
Okay.
So that's our kind of fancy meeting room for anyone, either a big group of people or if we've got a kind of posh meeting that we want to have.
Yep.
The fun bit, probably the most exciting bit, is actually going to be here. And it's very abstract to explain what it is, but in a nutshell, it's our own kind of amphitheatre. So this is going to be a room that actually has bifolding doors, and you'll be able to open the doors up like this, and we'll have bands or presentations or whatever we want to kind of get across to the company. They'll be positioned here, and then we're going to have a curtain that hangs, which boxes off up to 100 people back towards the kitchen and the boardroom. So imagine lots of chairs laid out, all pointing towards me. And so we'll do things like film screenings, screen our new products, invite customers to come and hang out.
And you're even talking about kind of acoustic treatment and stuff like that, weren't you?
The acoustic playground, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a quirky ambition is going to be, because this will all be open plan, we'd like to put in place a few acoustic objects, reflectors, absorbers, and actually encourage some of the staff to undertake recording projects within the space here, using the different playground items to explore different ways of recording and ways of moving sound with ensembles or bands or modular guys.
Yep.
So I can, hopefully one day there'll be a scene where you'll have a string ensemble here, a couple of brass guys over here, someone playing guitar with pedals in the front, and various reflectors and absorbers dotted around, and then maybe we'll pipe through into the boardroom where Harry's got a mixing desk and he's recording a live mix.
It's a flexible space.
So totally flexible space.
Now, a few months ago we were talking about a possible art installation, and I came up with another idea. Is that still happening?
Oh yeah, this is the modular wall. So perhaps this, if the Rubber Duck guys are watching, this could fulfill their business dreams for 2019-20. So there's this idea, Christian's wonderfully expensive idea, to build a fully fledged mega modular wall, so that when you come in, you're met with this living and breathing sine wave generator with all kinds of ways of fiddling with it.
And people will, because there's so many musicians and fiddlers and bleep bloopies in Spitfire.
Yeah.
People will use their lunch hours to...
Oh, 100%. We spoke about it, in fact, because we figured that what happens if someone leaves it and, doing something really gnarly, a mad kind of square wave going through something horrible sounding. We'll have to have this mad, complicated network of all the modules, and then a very simple bypass one that goes from a very sweet, nice, melodic sound straight to the output, so that every time that someone's finished playing with it, Charlotte can come up and go, and just put it back onto the nice one again and bypass the whole lot. So I think that's going to be key.
Brilliant. And there's something else interesting happening?
Yes, this is, so everyone will be familiar, I hope, with labs nowadays. So this is going to be our labs pop-up shop. So at the front of the building here, we're going to have a kind of isolated mini shop, and the idea is we're going to invite every month some of our favourite friends in software, hardware, record labels, other creative industries to...
Could be clothing.
Could be clothing, could be pies, could be ice creams, you name it, you could time it. So they could inhabit this space for about a month. And the idea is that we'll build something here so they can put their name in the top, and it'll operate like a little shop, not only for staff within Spitfire, but also for all the residents in Tileyard, which is, of course, lots of recording engineers and producers and artists and all that type of thing. So this is a way of us being able to welcome in all the types of people that are inspiring us and actually have them within the building on these rotating periods. So that I'm really excited about this. Maybe you should get your guys to write in and request to be.
Absolutely. Something you're interested in taking part in, please do get in contact with comments below and I'll come and find you. So should we go upstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is.
So it's great that we didn't decide to fill this up with kind of loads of offices on the ground floor. It's more of a multi-use space, isn't it? I think one of the problems that we've had is different teams being separated out by the different floors. And so I guess that one of the ideas is to unify.
Yeah, and we're actually going to be so bold as to force people to go and prepare food on the ground floor.
We actually force people to go to the pub. It's actually obligatory, isn't it? It's like
Yes.
you can't opt out. You don't have to drink. But wow, look at this. I do actually really like the space.
Yeah, good.
No, but I mean in the sense that, you know, when we took over the other one, it was like, well, we'll make the best of this. But this actually, I like the space. I don't like the acoustic, but I like the space. Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that because we're talking about all concrete floors at the moment.
Right.
So I'm going to have to do a bit of homework to check that that's going to be okay.
Because that's your...
It's my old school past, yeah, it's acoustics, so you can blame me if it goes wrong. But yeah, so this is going to be our the kind of customer-centric floor.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have sales, marketing, customer experience, accounts, project management. So really this is dealing with the output of Spitfire.
Mm-hmm.
This is really, it's not going to be too dissimilar. Obviously we'll tart it up a little bit, but really this is going to be a very open plan and hopefully be a hive of activity. One of the fun bits will be over here, which is, so those of you that might have bought a Spitfire library on a hard drive would have been sent a drive. And what we're going to have here is a big wall, storage wall with shelving and things like that. And then a big preparation, I guess an island. And we're going to have the customer team here in amongst everybody, preparing hard drives, boxing them up, shipping them out. And that will give this kind of workshop Geppetto's feel to us working here. So we hopefully be inspired to see people packaging up goods by hand and seeing those things going off, because obviously where we work in a digital realm, you can sometimes forget that there's all these customers out there receiving what we're doing. And so this hopefully will be this really fun couple of people at any one time boxing things up, making them look really good, giving them to Mr. FedEx who'll take it away. And, so that's going to be here. We're also giving them, I say giving them, they are perfectly allowed to request it themselves. This will be the customer experience kind of studio or workshop, private workshop. So they'll have a facility here to make videos and create their own content for customers. So that will be in this corner here. Similarly, there's a kind of edit studio thing at the front here, which will be for the marketing team. So this is for us to both go over the video edits, but also to do some, if we want to do bigger creative projects, so things like labs where Asper actually chopped up by hand all of the letters for the labs artwork.
Sure.
There's a place for her to go and make a big mess and be able to do things.
Overhead cameras, that kind of stuff.
Exactly, yeah. So that'll be a bit of a...
Oh, they're going to enjoy that, aren't they?
Yes, and I think you'd probably end up stealing it if you need to do some wacky video edits and things.
Brilliant.
This is your office.
Which one?
Here. So, right here, this is where you and Paul will live.
Okay.
So we're going to have to do some neat space-saving approaches to the design. the idea is we could have had these kind of big whopping offices, but of course they eat into the floor space.
Yeah.
So you guys will have this one, which you'll use when you visit, and then I've got one over there. And then this is a big meeting room for the team.
Great.
Next door.
Awesome. Right. And up to quite a fun floor. Sounds like it's noisy already. Actually, this is the quiet floor, isn't it?
Yeah, this is where it gets a little bit more focused and soundy. This is where the real work is done.
Hi there. How you doing? Thank you. Appreciate that. Jeepers, it's so.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, so this is the sound floor, as it were. So this is going to be inhabited by the product team.
Right.
So all the people that prepare our samples, and then also the software and engineering team are going to be here. So they build the software side of things and also do our website. So they'll be based here. The way that it's going to work, and we changed it up actually this week. The developers are going to be cordoned off in a big area towards the window there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to, you walk in and there'll be a door about here. And you walk into the room, and this space here, it's going to be open plan but contained. So all of the developers can chop up samples and be listening carefully to what they're doing without someone working on the website having a chat and disturbing.
Just a chat could be really.
Yes, in fact, they describe that even recently, if you're listening to a really, really quiet articulation, then of course even someone next to you clicking slightly loud on a mouse can throw you off your
Right.
kind of critical listening. So this will be, I think, like the womb of Spitfire.
Gotcha.
So I think you'll really know when you're in this zone, and it'll be nice and quiet. So that's going to be there. We're going to have 2 studio-grade listening and meeting rooms at either end. So when these guys need to get together, talk about libraries they're working on and listen to them together, they'll have an acoustically appropriate space to check that. In the middle here, so this is the turnaround. These were going to be 3 composer suites, kind of proper studios. And our turnaround meant that actually these are now going to be the offices for managers of those respective teams. So they'll be sat here with a little bit of goldfish kind of glass so they can keep an eye on the behaviour of the respective teams. And then they were going to be at the front of the building, but what we're doing instead, because you'll know Homai, I showed her yesterday, oh, this is where you're going to live. And currently she has a window in her studio, and she said, oh, yeah, that would be great. I will really miss my window, though.
Mm-hmm.
And so I stood with her here, and just stood and looked around and thought, well, yeah, maybe we can stick you composers here. So I think now what we're going to do is build 2 purpose-built studios in these corners.
Yep.
And these will be our composer studios. So we'll obviously film a lot of content, and they'll be writing demos and performing here. But they'll have the benefit of doing so with a window.
Yeah. And so it's just the two composer studios we're building now.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
There is still time to argue for one more, perhaps in the middle. But if we need it, I think 2 might be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're still keeping over the road.
Yes, so we'll still have the studios that everybody's familiar with over the road, which also includes the one that Homai is in, which is a whole nother B studio at the back.
Yeah.
So we'd have in total 7 studio grade rooms.
Right.
Sound, fully floated, absorbent, treated rooms.
Great. Fantastic. And just, I guess my question, which I've been struggling with all day, is just what you feel the change in Spitfire and the chapter marker that this kind of HQ represents. And I think we talk about community, about being part of the music industry. what kind of statement to ourselves and other people and our customers and other people does this kind of HQ, would you hope it to make?
Well, it's been my ambition for a while, and I've shared that with yourself and Paul, that the Spitfire is becoming much more than just a small sample library company. It's really becoming a music company. And I think with our recent success, hopefully we can continue that. And so to have a home that marks the kind of the temple for British music in London, and a real celebration of recording and making sounds and distributing them with the community, I think that's what we'd hope to achieve with this building. A place that if you came to visit Spitfire, you'd feel incredibly excited about making music, producing, composing, whatever facet, you'd feel the love and all the things that we're doing. And you just take one look at the space and how people are working within it, how things are set up, the types of things that we're doing, and feel like, okay, this is a company that are here because music making means something to them. Yeah. And it's not just this kind of commercial operation, and they've got a kind of lifeless building with loads of people sat in an office, not really caring too much about the state of things. For me, this is our home, and when we welcome people in, they need to feel as excited about this as they are about our biggest customers buying Hands in the Strings or something like that. It should feel like an event, I think, to be here.
And I think one of the big important things for me in my role as a founder is trusting that the brand ethos and what is Spitfire is passed along. I think one of the easiest way for all of these new people we're hiring is that every day and every touch point, they feel it surrounds them. And I think currently where we are at the moment it's a hack, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got to the point where certain things break, or we need to put something somewhere, and we can't go through the effort to find exactly the right cupboard that would be just what Christian would buy if Christian was left to buy that cupboard. You just got to buy that cupboard that moment because you have a problem to solve. So I think with this space, it gives us the opportunity to plan this or think about it up front and establish the space in both your mind's eye and the way that the brand has developed over the last few years with different key characters involved, and have this place that just sings those values. Absolutely. Completely.
Brilliant stuff. Thanks so much, Will, for articulating so much better what I was struggling with earlier. If you like what we do, hit like. If you haven't subscribed, it might be worth doing now, because I'm going to try and return here frequently so we can see the place take shape. And if you want to be notified when I put new videos up, ring that bell. See you next time.